way, like, run, run. Where? Run, run. Where? Run, run. Where? Run, run. Take a deep breath and nigga dance. Eventually change. And then Big Rod, you can take me next. Let's go there. You want to play? Yeah, it's better. Hell yeah, I want to play. You want to?
If you watch that 1v1 after it happened, I just want to say, and I kind of like this about basketball, but basketball is one of the only sports. No, people do it in a lot of sports, but basketball is one of the only sports where people who actually play it and know how to play it, because that dude is nice as hell at basketball, but people who actually play basketball always think that they are nicer than they are. No matter what, no matter how many times they get beat, no matter who they play, no matter how many times they get outclassed, they have that supreme confidence, which is needed in basketball. Because in basketball is that sport, especially once you get out there on that court, there's no running away. There's no if there's a weakness, it's gonna be exploited. If you can't guard that, me getting to that Baja, I'm going to the Baja every time, and you're gonna look crazy. If you can't guard that shot, I'm gonna shoot it every time, and you're gonna look crazy. If you can't get physical down low, we get physical down low. And so when you watch that 1v1, there's a very specific point where you realize that he was outclassed. School can play basketball, it looked like, for days at a high level. He doesn't slow down. And that's something like, if you hoop, like, damn. Some of these dudes can hoop full speed for the whole session. You could be on the hours. It could just be one of those things. You're at the court and the runs, you just running. Some dudes can hoop for hours full speed. That's that real basketball shape. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm not in basketball shape. You can't have any like large amount of muscle on you. You can't be built like this and be in real basketball shape. Them little boys going, and that's just what it was. School had just finished a 1v1 on the sideline, and School put belt to ass. At first, it looked like it was about to be a blowout. Like, it looked like it was about to be a shellacking. But he still put belt to ass after just beating somebody. Man. I'm learning something from a comment section of a video I made yesterday. I don't know if it was on this account or my other account, but essentially there was a guy, he said some crappy shit, don't get me wrong. He was like 19, and he was like, I don't want no plate cleaner. I want my women 140 or below. And the girl stitched his video saying, hey, the only place you find women that small is on the elementary school yard or whatever, trying to call him a PDF file. And the comment section got a lot of very in-shape women like, nah, I'm very womanly and I'm 140 or below. Stop playing with me. Big girls for too long. For too long. Big girls have been able to third-party snipe women who are in shape or just skinny. You call a man a PDF file for liking a woman that looked like that. Whole time you're just talking down on the women that look like that, which is a lot of women. I broke it down in that video, especially like if we're talking about non-American women, like they're like the normal weight range. Now, personally, I don't have nothing against. I do have something against like fat, obese, all that. But like if you below 6 feet and 170 or below, that ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? I'm a big nigga. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with a woman being between, being 140. There's nothing wrong with it. And the women in that comment section are firing back. Like, no, I'm still very womanly. My husband loves my body and I'm skinny. Don't care. Yeah. They're sick of y'all. They're sick of y'all trying to make them look like they got little girl bodies when really you just got a lot of spillage. whole lot of spillage. I'm learning something from a comment section of a video I made yesterday. I don't know if it was on this account or my other account, but essentially there was a guy. He said some grimy shit. Don't get me wrong. He was like 19. The bridge scene from 2001 is so good. I don't like. You don't like it. You don't like the bridge scene when he saves the kid? No, I think it's stupid. Why? Man, we talked about that. I don't save the kid. That's inherently Spider-Man. Just save the kid. What do you mean? Just save the kid. Just save the kid. He puts him in more danger by put the mask on, blah, blah, blah. I think it's stupid. And I'm all for, like, inspiring Spider-Man, like, things, but, like, you're telling me you can't save him unless you put this mask on this kid and have him crawl up. He was trying to be Spider-Man. He was trying to comfort him. It's like Superman wearing comfort him when he's safe on the bridge. And the bridge scene from 2001 is so good. I don't like it. You don't like it? You don't like the bridge scene when he saves the kid? Nah, I think it's stupid. Why? Concept just seems stupid to me, because if a nigga just want to fucking leave, you can make him wait 3 months and still gonna fucking leave. And I can't stand when niggas make videos like this speaking for niggas. Nigga, I'm trying to wait. I'm trying to fall in love before I give up my body, nigga. Y'all gotta stop coming on here and speaking for everybody. Look, hey, nigga, you come here and say, I don't see why you making me wait the fuck. I'm just gonna fucking leave. How about you say that shit? It be niggas like this that get on here and ruin the image for other men. This is why the hoes think we're done.
I think that vegetarians are right. It's just not high on my priority list to, like, fix that right now. Don't get me wrong. There's, like, a moral justification for us to be eating meat. Like, nature and, like, animals are carnivorous. And if we were, like, hunters, you know, like, with bows or even bang sticks, we would be much more humane than most animals are. Like, they don't go for an unalive shot and then get to eating. Like, most animals are eaten alive. It's pretty savage. But I digress, because the real problem right now is factory farming, which is just, like, absolutely disgusting. Like, it's so brutal. If you've never watched, like, a vegetarian, like, propaganda, I don't mean that in a bad way, but, like, a vegetarian, like, pro-vegetarian clip of, like, animal farms, just like a clip farm compilation, it's pretty bad. I would suggest you watch it and just, like, know what's going on. And I think we've evolved past the point of needing that, but it's kind of tough to say, because if we got rid of factory farming right now, we would make meat basically inaccessible to the working class, and, like, that's not good either. So I'm not telling anyone what to do, because I'm not a vegetarian. I just think in, like, 100 years, 200 years, people are going to look back and be like, dude, oh my god, like, how are you guys okay with this? And we, as the boomers of that era, will just, like, look at them and be like, I don't know, man, we just kind of did it.
Make
I think the
6
vegetarians are right. It's just not high.
4-pointers as a team. What the fuck do they want me to do? Am I winning? Oh, hell no, I ain't winning. I'm getting my ass blown the fuck out. Fucking we playing in black and white and shit. Can't see a goddamn thing, bitch. Bro, what the fuck difficulty is this bitch ass shit on? How the fuck is this pussy closing out? How's that 21? He got his hand on my fucking dick. Pussy ass fucking game. Noir? What the fuck kind of trophy is that, bitch? Shit is on All-Star. What do you even get for this shit? A Harvest Moonball? So,
Right side of the bed. Prince song inside my head. Hands up if you're down to get down tonight. Woke up on the right side of the bed. What's up with this Prince song inside my head?
Hands up if you're down to get down.
Woke up on the right side of the bed. What's up with this Prince song inside my head? Hands up if you're down to get down tonight. Woke up on the right side of the bed. What's up with this Prince song inside my head? Hands up if you're down to get down tonight. Woke up on the right side of the bed. What's up with this Prince song inside my head? Hands up if you're down to get down tonight. Woke up on the right side of the bed. What's up with this Prince song inside my head? Hands up if you're down to get down tonight. Woke up on the right side of the bed. What's up with this Prince song? The greatest lie ever told of the 90s had the toughest, most intense, ferocious defense of any era, and that couldn't be further from the truth. Anyone in the modern game would absolutely torch them. Imagine catching the ball on the block and you have nothing to worry about, no stress. You have all day to work. Jordan literally has his hands on his knees watching all of this happen, and you get the easiest 2 points of your life. I mean, seriously, look at this. MJ's not doubling. He's not guarding his man. He's just stuck in the middle taking a nap. This is game 1 of the 1991 finals between the Bulls and the Lakers, and every single clip in this video is from this game to show how much weak coverage and soft defense they would go up against on a nightly basis. Look at how dumbed down and elementary this looks. Magic starts backing down from the three-point line and then kicks it to the guy in the corner who's wide open for three. Now take note, there's 6 seconds left. The Bulls are bringing it down, and the Lakers choose to just not guard Horace Grant, who's all by himself under the basket, and lays it in to beat the buzzer. I think the complex sets of today's NBA would give them a heart attack. One cross screen, they're completely lost, and it's a free 2 points. Magic Johnson, who shot 32% from three, which was dead on the league average at the time, gets to just walk into an uncontested, wide open shot. John Paxson, who shot 54% from the field that year, gets to just camp in the corner and launch open jump shots. The defense decide they don't need to worry about him. Michael Jordan, regarded by some as the greatest mid-range shooter of all time, gets the luxury of just walking down his opponent and putting up an easy J. I'm sorry, but you cannot convince me that if you drop LeBron in this, he's not averaging at least 40. The greatest lie ever told of the 90s had the toughest, most intense, ferocious defense of any era, and that couldn't be further from the truth. Anyone in the modern game would absolutely torch them. Imagine catching the ball on the block with nothing to worry about, no stress.
And I mean this when I say it. I think that it is absolutely wild that regular men get compared to multi-millionaires all the time. What are you talking about? Travis Kelce is 35 years old with a net worth of around between 70 to 90 million. Let's just take the low end and go 70 million. Ring costs $500,000. He could buy that ring 140 times according to his net worth. We know he can't, but according to his net worth, right? Let's look at what a 35-year-old is worth, like the middle of the road 35-year-old is worth in regular life.
They don't care about that. They don't see him as people.
$135,000. Let's do some quick math. You see this? I'm about to do math real quick. This is how you find the percentage. This is less than 1%. This is if you move the decimal and you do all that stuff we learned in math in school. This is. Hold on. wouldn't even be a percent. This would be 0.714%. Okay. Now we're gonna do a little bit more math. I did quick math. You take, because I said the average man's net worth is 135. I just took 140. So I give you all some, and I multiplied it by that. A man should be buying you a $1,000 ring. Proportionately, that's what Travis Kelce is. He bought her a $1,000 ring. Like, my wife's ring costs $4,000, and I ain't have no 140K. I wasn't worth no 140K. I saved up on that bitch cash. I don't even think I was making. I think I was barely making six figures at the time. Thank you for coming to this TED Talk. Y'all stupid.
Yeah. Compared to these guys, he was. But that's the thing. It's like, but it's you got to remember, like, we're not. The mistake that we're all making is we're thinking that we can use logic to win an argument.
Right.
And this is going to bore you, but there was an MRI study, and they did this thing where they looked at people's brains, and if they showed you pictures of a bear attacking you or a tiger, you're terrified. The same part of your brain triggers on if you talk to someone about politics or religion, because it becomes embedded in their personality. So it doesn't matter that it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
It matters to them how they feel. They're not making a logical decision. They're making an emotional decision. And I also say this as someone who was raised in a hippie cult.
Yeah.
And you watch people just have fucking stupid in their eyes because they want to be part of it. We can't negotiate with the conversation anymore.
The whole cult thing. Explain this to me. So,
Yeah.
at what point you were a kid?
Yeah.
When you were raised in a cult. Yeah. Yes, that's right. And you totally get how he's so odd. Whether it's on the TV show or just hanging out, like, this is my odd friend, and he knows everything.
I love how you blew right past that. So when I was
He knew about it.
So I knew about it, but what? There was a moment. I think you told me the story before. There was a moment when you were in the cult where you were like, "This guy's full of shit."
Yeah, it was Star Wars.
How old were you?
I was like 9, 8 or 9.
Star Wars was the cult? I mean, that's what it is now. I mean, it kind of is now.
No, it was the reason why. It was when I first realized that the emperor wore no clothes. You know, the idea that the boss man was not what he said he was.
Right.
Long story short, went out to go visit my grandparents in California. Grandparents like to drink. Dropped me off at the mall. I got to see Star Wars the year it came out like 13 times in the theaters because I was given $20 to not bother my grandparents. And I was 20. I remember exactly. In an arcade, I was a god. Right? So you get to know Star Wars very well. And I go back to Toronto, and my mom was.
Hey, somebody asked me, "Are you free tomorrow?" That depending on what we doing tomorrow, bro. You know, that's a tricky question. Free for coffee? Fuck yeah. Free to help you move your 3-seater sofa to another apartment? Fuck no, bro. Okay, I'm fully booked until next year. Okay, you can't just ask me if I'm free without any information, bro. Hey, somebody asked me, "Are you free to?"
When a clock is hungry, does it go back 4 seconds?
And what she's done there is, because when you're hungry, right, you go back for seconds, don't you? Right, okay. But the clock, right, because it tells the time and seconds is intertwined with, seconds, a clock tells the time being seconds, minutes, hours, days, months, So what it's saying is, when the clock's hungry, does it go back for seconds or 4 seconds, 4 seconds, 4 seconds? No, it's absolutely brilliant banter. I don't.
When a clock is... Y'all, I'm only 25 years old, but I have been mad my whole life because very rarely has there been anything to look forward to. And I feel like when I was in school, like, I still had hope. But now, as an adult, and even having more knowledge and ways to navigate the world, I don't feel any sense of hope at all, or, like, a purpose, or, like, something motivating to doing what I have to do in order to survive. Because the entry to get into a job is horrible. And really what's available is horrible. We have been jobs like we're getting layoffs. You never have security. But okay, the entry, like, they're paying pennies to start. And then it's like, okay, you just gotta work your way up. Okay, cool. Right? Whatever. Sucks, but people say that they also did it. Okay. But then the boomers aren't leaving. Like, the older people are not retiring, and it's either because they can't let go of the power, or they genuinely can't because they cannot afford to retire. So you're telling me I've spent several years in the same position, and all I'm doing is working so that I can have a place to sleep at night or a place to be at if I'm not at work. And I'm only working to pay off a car that I'm required to have. But I don't care what y'all say, bus, this and that. A lot of our communities do not have the best bus systems. Like, what would take me 15, 20 minutes to get to will take an hour plus to get to with a bus. So we're paying off cars. We're paying off cars to get to that job. To get to that job or to buy basic necessities like groceries, because again, not everything is walkable, not everything is bikeable or whatever. And we're also using that money to pay for our car insurance, to pay for car maintenance, for gas. If it's not going towards that, it's going towards food or clothes or medical, dental. Like, this is I'm wasting $1,000 on my face right now, and that's not because I wanted nice teeth. It's not because I wish my teeth. I have actual functional issues, and that's basically it. That's it. Because if you want to spend some good for going on vacation, if you want like to indulge a little bit, it's gonna go straight on credit cards, and then you have to work to obviously pay that off. So that you're just never.
Oh!
So yeah, you're literally just working, and then you're using the money to survive, but we'll never get to like progress. A lot of us are only surviving because we are living with parents or we have some type of support system or like something. But I mean, I guess we're the lucky ones in a way. Lucky if you want to put it that way, because obviously there's people that don't have that support system. But regardless of like the situation that we're in right now, I very rarely do I know anybody that has a home. And if they have a home, again, it's because they have parents or they have family members where they were able to inherit that home or like sell them that home or something. And retirement is out the question. Like I feel like for our generation, like how everything is going, I feel like retirement is out the question. And if you want like assistance or support, the only way is if you stay poor. When you stay poor and then you try to like build yourself up, they take all of that away. Then you can't even build, like you're stuck. Like yeah, you built up but like this much. And then without that support, you can't keep building either. And don't even get me started on those of us that have like chronic pain, chronic illness, and that came about from like this society, chronic stress, chronic anxiety, chronic depression that affects our physical and like our physical being and ability to like thrive in this world too. Not to mention our political climate. Like if you're brown or you're black or you're anything but the color of paper, you're like your life is so much harder. And I feel like the only way to cope is to like make peace with this life. But I'm not doing that. But like, yeah. It's so sad. It's so sad.
You hold your gun.
Went to gay.
It allows for discussion. I really appreciate that.
Well, thank you for saying that. I think so many of these conversations end up just being very acrimonious and they become kind of
Acrimonious.
City and I think
21 Jump Street was a shit movie. That's okay. You can have any.
went to gay nerd city and everyone when I asked why you said, I love that person. Sorry, I just like didn't take a breath. That was really weird. I'm gonna go. Went to gay nerd city and everyone when I asked why you said, I love that person.
I think 21 Jump Street was a shit movie. That's okay. You can have any opinion you'd like. And not because of you. Not because of you at all. It was because of your acting. Because your acting, Dax, was on a different act. And when I say different level, I mean polar opposite of Channing Tatum. Channing Tatum was all the way up here. He was so high in that movie. You weren't. You probably should have been high. You at least could have taken a shot to loosen up a little bit, to celebrate how good of a job you did at making a movie that was just, eh. And when I say, eh, I mean, excellent. I think 21 Jump Street. Serious question. I'm not joking. I might be smiling, but I'm not joking. You don't feel weird pulling that camera around that girl and recording her? Some of the girls are like, do you know what that feels like? Have you ever been the guy that a woman pulls that camera out on just to show that I'm with him? Fucked up feeling like, ooh. You don't want to, you want to have some decorum, so you don't want to say delete that. Even if you're single, like, you don't want to say delete that. But, like, you don't want that to be a thing. Like, you don't want you and some random person laid up to be on the internet. Why are you doing this? This is some weird shit. Okay, bro, you're Mr. Bitches. Stop it. This is so inappropriate. Also, nigga, disease. This is what I always think. Like, when I think of, like, these guys who think they're cool because they get a lot of women, it's like, I know you got something. You're not beating the odds.
odds are if you're slaying like that, you got something you can't get rid of. Like the odds, I'm saying, like statistically speaking, you had it, whatever it is, or you've had it and got cured of it multiple times. That's just crazy to me. Serious question. I'm not joking. Serious question.
All right. It's like those are